There seems to be a great deal of misinformation regarding the differences between coins, rounds, and medallions. So let's take a moment and clear up any misconceptions. But before we do, just a reminder to be sure to hit that like button before you move on to the next video. I don't monetize my channel, so your likes and comments really make a big difference. Thanks. Coins. Coins were originally intended to be a token of exchange. They're generally minted by a sovereign government with the intent to circulate within the public as a legal tender currency with a recognized and accepted face value. Coin designs usually represent cultural or patriotic values. In most countries, designs have to be approved by a legislative body or advisory committee. Because most coins are round in shape, they're sometimes mistakenly referred to as rounds. But there are distinct differences between rounds and coins. Rounds won't have a face value associated with them, as only a governing authority can establish a monetary value for an accepted medium of exchange. Most rounds are minted at private mints and thus have no such authority. However, a sovereign government can contract a private mint to make coins on their behalf. So the rule of thumb is, if it doesn't have a face value recognized by a governing authority, then it won't be a coin. Now here is where things get real cloudy, because a medallion doesn't have a face value either. So how do we know if it's a round or a medallion? The biggest difference between a round and a medallion is determined by its purpose. Rounds are generally denoted as an item of investment and are not intended to be circulated as money. They are generally struck to serve as a convenient way to purchase precious metals in fractions or multiples of a troy ounce. Designs for rounds are limitless, often commemorating events and stories or honoring popular topics of the day like sporting events, wildlife, holidays, and even comic book characters. Many rounds pay homage to historical coins and are designed as almost exact replicas. The Hobby Protection Act of 1973 requires that imitation rounds and other numismatics be clearly marked with "copy" and cannot be made with the exact dimensions and weight of the coin they are replicating in order to prevent fraud. A medallion is normally used to commemorate someone, something, or some event. Medallions are also frequently given as awards for performance and will not have a monetary value inscribed or associated with them. In many cases, medallions are much larger in size and weight than an investment round and usually made of lesser valued material. However, this distinction is not all-inclusive. As we know, South Korea and the Comsco Mint have produced several medallion product lines made of fine silver and gold. So why are the Korean Tiger, Chiwoo, and Zishen medallions not considered a round? The subject of these Bullion series products are steeped in ancient Korean mythology and tradition, and they commemorate subjects that represent great pride for the nation's heritage. By designating these products as medallions, it elevates their purpose to something beyond a mere item of investment. Now let's talk about orientation. There seems to be some misconception about how the orientation of a coin, round, or medallion can define what it is. There are generally three categories of orientation to consider, and their names can be misleading. First, there is the coin orientation. This term refers to a piece that has to be flipped from top to bottom for the other side to be upright. A good example would be U.S. coinage. Why the U.S. Mint chooses a coin orientation is unknown and thought to be a carryover as a matter of tradition, as there is no legislation requiring the mint to do so. As a matter of fact, the majority of world coinage is not configured in the coin orientation, but rather uses the medallic orientation. This orientation derives its name from metals tagged to a uniform. For a metal to display properly, even if it flips over, the reverse needs to be aligned so that the top of the reverse shares the same position as the top of the obverse. Some coins you might recognize which use the medallic orientation would be from countries such as the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. Finally, there is a random orientation, usually only found on much older coins where the orientation of the design of both sides were just randomly struck. I hope this helps a little to clarify some of the terminology for the differences in bullion products so that you can make well-informed decisions when purchasing your precious metals for your stack. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button and then be sure to select the notification bell to be notified as soon as I post up new content. Thank you to all who support this channel, and especially those who take the time to hit the like button and leave a comment. It is greatly appreciated.